On to stage 14 of the Vuelta, and it feels like the start of a new race, because yesterday Jumbo-Visma crushed their rivals on the road to the Tourmalet. Jonas Vingegaard leading in Sepp Kuss and Primož Roglic to put their team in total control.
1, 2, 3 in the stage, 1, 2, 3 on GC. Was that the plan, or is it better than the plan?
I think that's even better than the plan. Yeah, it's very strange. It's not really usual or that this happened, but first things first. Yeah, like I said, today, if you can say the Vuelta just started a bit in the mountains, and yeah, still a lot of things to come.
Remco Evenepoel's GC bid ended as he lost 27 minutes, but the Belgian believes in better days ahead.
Yesterday it wasn't, but I think today is a new day, new opportunities, new style of racing for me. So let's hope it can be a perfect day and a perfect job today.
Geraint Thomas is another GC hopeful turned stage hunter, and he says today could suit the breakaway.
Keep trying as we have. You know, yesterday I felt okay, but then that second climb, it was obvious. It was, well, there wasn't even a breakaway. It was going to be a GC race, and so I think with the flatter start, I think it'd still probably go on the climb, but yeah, I think the breakaway has more of a chance today.
The polka dot jersey currently belongs to Vingegaard, but Michael Storer took valuable points yesterday in the hopes of winning it for a second time after 2021.
I thought it was a good idea to pick up some points, because maybe in the last week that also becomes a goal. I put in a lot of effort on those climbs to beat the group, so it's not so much harder to do that a little bit more to get those points, so I went for it.
Today we leave France and head back to Spain, going from Vuelta de Béarn to La Belagua, hosting its first ever stage finish on La Vuelta. There are two Hors category climbs, Col de la Horcera and Puerto de la Rau, before the final drag at Puerto de Belagua. After their efforts yesterday, Jumbo-Visma will no doubt be happy to sit back and let the breakaway go for glory.
C'est parti, and stage 14.
Well, there happened to be a rider from Vuelta de Béarn in the peloton today, Cyril Bart, who was given a very warm welcome just before the official starts. Unsurprisingly, once the flag dropped, it was fast and furious, with lots of riders and teams trying to make the breakaway. Evenepoel, in particular, was looking lively. The average speed well above 50 km an hour, with the peloton all strung out. Evenepoel kept trying and finally managed to drag a group clear after around 30k. The Belgian champion clearly keen to bounce back after yesterday's misadventures. A group of around 25 heading to the tough first climb, the Col de la Horcera. Evenepoel was joined by plenty of strong climbers, including Damiano Caruso, Romain Bardet and the Stage 9 winner Leonard Kemner. Storer was also up there in his quest to collect King of the Mountains points. Evenepoel had a teammate in Mattia Cattaneo, and the Italian soon went to work shredding the front group. Back in the peloton, meanwhile, it was UAE Team Emirates pacing rather than Jumbo-Visma, with Vingegaard just sitting in front of Kuss and Roglic. UAE perhaps thinking of teeing something up for Juan Ayuso. There were 15 KOM points available at the top of the first climb, and Evenepoel decided to help himself. Only Bardet was able to stay in the Belgians' wheel, and they were followed by Storer. Evenepoel and Bardet then forging on in the descent.
Dernier écart, 19 lap capture minutes, 19 seconds.
By the time they reached the second climb, Bardet and Evenepoel had a lead of a minute on a group of chasers from the original breakaway. And the gap remained steady on the Puerto de la Rau. The Belgian and the Frenchman now a minute clear of Storer, who seemed to be looking for a little bit of support. The peloton, now led by Jumbo-Visma, were at 4 minutes and 30 seconds.
Corredor belga del equipo Soudal, que con esa raza, esa fuerza que le caracteriza, está recuperando sensaciones en la vuelta después del durísimo golpe que se llevó en la jornada de ayer. Va a pasar el primero también por este puerto, va a pelear por el triunfo de etapa y va a pelear también por el liderato de la clasificación de la montaña.
Jumbo-Visma were able to contain a couple of attacks from Ayuso, and the pace soon dropped in the bunch, with the two leaders soaring away at the front. This wouldn't turn out to be a GC day. Stora also gave up the chase and was joined by Lennart van Etveld and Jonathan Castroviejo. They still had a few minutes over the peloton. Evenepoel and Bardet embarking on the final climb, knowing that they would go head-to-head for stage honours. The Belgian champion continuing to set the tempo as they wound their way uphill, and eventually it all became too much for Bardet. Remco going solo.
And this is it. Romain Bardet can't follow the former world champion, and this is going for the race-winning move. Remco Evenepoel shakes his head. He can't quite believe it. Remarkable Remco Evenepoel has returned. It's been a big explosion across the mountains. From France back into Spain. It's almost disbelief. And Remco Evenepoel, the Belgian champion, takes the victory at the top of the Puerta del Belagua.
An emotional Evenepoel bouncing back in the best way possible after his miserable 13th stage. The 23-year-old grabs his second win of the race, and for what it's worth, he recovers over 8 minutes in the GC. He also takes the polka dot jersey from Vingegaard. Evenepoel with his 12th victory of 2023.
Yesterday was a very difficult day, also the evening. Couldn't sleep too much, had a very bad night, a lot of negative thoughts in my head, and today I woke up and I told to myself, just go for it, make the best of it, and I did a recon of it, and I knew perfectly how the climbs were, how hard they were, because it was a super tough stage. But I think, yeah, just super nice to take a second stage win.
Evenepoel moves on to 49 career wins after crossing the line over a minute clear of Bardet, with the main favourites at 8 minutes 22. No changes overall, with Kuss still just over a minute and a half clear of his teammates Roglic and Vingegaard. Evenepoel jumps up to 15th, but he's still 19 minutes back. Caden Groves has a big lead in the points classification. And Evenepoel is the new king of the mountains. He took a maximum haul today of 43 points and now leads Stora by 24. Ayuso remains the best young rider by just under 3 minutes from Kian Utebrooks. We round out week 2 with a punchy outing from Pamplona to Leckenberry. There shouldn't be much GC movement, but we can expect fireworks between the stage contenders before a well-earned rest day on Monday.